Hi, it's Hammond Steve, another video, and what this one's going to be about is an experience that I had just about 2 days ago in the hospital. And as you know, a lot of what I do at times really are last rites. And you get to know people, you get to know the family, you talk to them. In this one particular instance, this man is in close to almost 90, 80, 87, 88 years old, and he was married for about pretty close to 65 years. The story he tells me, though, is something that is really kind of unique in its own way. Simple love story, everybody. Nothing complex, just a real simple love story. And, you know, we all meet, we have relations with people, we meet in a lot of different ways, but this one was really quite different. And how they met is actually their love affair started in second grade. Second grade. And what I mean is that the way that he described the relationship, holding hands in grammar school, going to school, holding hands, coming from school, going back home, holding hands, going back home. In junior high, holding hands on the way back. They were together all the time. They were always together. And then in high school, the same thing. And they got, after high school, a lot of details are kind of left out. I didn't really pursue it that much, but they were separated for some period of time. And they got back together, and that's it. And why am I bringing this up? We talked about this before. We make choices before we're born. And in this particular case, the sense that I got, to be honest with you, is that together, they knew they were going to be together, and it was kind of their soulmate in a very, just in a realistic way. All that he talked about was holding her hand. Holding hands all the time. That's the thing that he talked about most. And the reason I'm kind of bringing this up is that, we choose the life that we're going to have when we go into this life. And this is the choice that they made. And, we all have, when we meet people, how I met my wife, so on and so forth, how you meet your wife, or, the person that you're in love with, whatever, all the different kind of circumstances are on. But this particular case time, you started in second grade. And it stayed on. That whole relationship, their whole lifetime, they were together the whole time. Didn't separate from each other, didn't fade anybody else. Just the two of them all throughout life. That's what's kind of unique. They didn't date other people. They dated each other the whole time. It was just a stunning story of they were just meant to be together in this lifetime, together, holding hands. And so I just want to relate it to you. I just found it was really very touching when I was talking to the man. He was a very, just a great man, nice man. I know his wife. I didn't know the wife, literally. I didn't know her hardly at all, but I know she suffered from what I understand. She went through a really bad time, so it was really a blessing that she passed away. And so that was a story, and I'm going to tell you another story, too, and it has to do with my mother. Another one. And I did a video about Out of the Blue, and you have to understand, God, some things she's relaying to me that I've never known before. And what I wanted to tell you was real startling news to me. She was a Trekkie. I never knew that, and this happened. I was out of the house already. I was already getting into college, so on and so forth. So her life was really kind of her own now, and she told me she was a Trekkie. She was really into Star Trek. What I also found out, the other program she really liked, it was General Hospital. It's been a soap opera for years, and I think it's still on, as far as I know. It's still there. But she couldn't wait for the next episode. But let me just kind of go back to the Out of the Blue, that video that I did, and what she was talking about. She was looking at herself in the mirror in this experience, the ending experience that she had. She was looking at herself in the mirror. She knew that was her. But she had a different face. And she knew it still was her. And she also, like she was describing too, she looked at her hands and she knew she was a woman, basically, but she knew it was her. She knows it was her, but she just had a different face. The same thing with Star Trek, a Trekkie. And I think I mentioned this before. Some people they've had some sort of an experience before they were born, maybe in a future life, whatever it is. And I have a feeling you know, the out of the blue, that the experience that she had, and I think I mentioned in the other video, it was kind of the future. I think this had something to do with it. You know, but she was just really into Trek. She was, and she still is. She sees the movies, she goes, oh, and how did I know? I don't know. It's just really stunning that she's really a Trekkie. She didn't talk about Star Wars. She talked about Star Trek. She really related to Star Trek, and I thought that was really interesting. And the same thing for me. You know, did I have this summer experience? It was a trade-off to me, you know, from my mother to me. It's all a lot of questions are out there, but I just kind of found it interesting. But anyway, I wanted to relay this story about my mother. And the other one, you know, as I said, it's just a great love story. The other first story that I told you, it's really just a love story, and they were destined to be together for their whole life. Their whole life was together through in this earthly realm. They would be together. I mean, for some 80 some odd years. Their whole life. Never dated anybody else, just them. All the way through life. Had children, and children doing okay. They took it hard. She was just must have been a great mother. I mean, they really took it hard. Anyway, just wanted to relay the stories to you, and I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I hope hope that, as I always, I hope your day is going well. Until the next video, I'll see you then. And thanks for watching this video. Appreciate it again. Thanks again.